Welcome to Season 3, Episode 17 of The Tray of Geek. This is the Indiana Jones recap, deep dive, whatever you want to call it. Pot Dos. Or what was that movie?
Pot Dos? There's two pots here? Are we boiling in two pots?
It's like Part Deux.
Part Deux. Hot Shots Part
Yes.
Deux. Dude, those are fun movies.
Charlie
the first
Sheen.
one's so funny. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
He dips his hand in candy.
Yep. No, I always remember in Part Deux when, was it Ryan Stiles? He like takes the chicken, like puts him the bow and arrow. Oh, man.
I know there's lightsabers and the Saddam Hussein guy.
Dude, classic movies. If you haven't seen those, go check them out.
Yeah.
So this is part 2 of our Indiana Jones deep dive. We're going to be looking at the last 2 entries in the franchise, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and the Dial of Destiny. There's a lot of opinions floating around here, but we will get through this, I promise.
Well, that's what our podcast is all about, is just our opinions. Like, that's it. Are they positive? Are they negative? Are they in the middle?
And that's why nobody listens to many of our episodes.
Well, if it was up to Emily, I would never talk. So I was reading this thing that in Sweden, they have this whole deal where nobody talks. Like, there'll be lines of people for a movie, and they won't talk to each other. There's this thoughtful nature that you only talk to the person that you're by or that you like to talk to if you have something actual, intellectual, or important or heartfelt to say. Otherwise, you just don't talk. I said, wouldn't it be crazy if like we just didn't talk? And she goes, mm-hmm. I was like, all right, maybe I ramble on just a bit. I've been accused of following her around the house and just talking and talking and talking. You know, I don't see her all day. I miss her. I love her, you know? So maybe I shouldn't talk as much. Maybe we get more listeners if I didn't talk, is all I'm saying. I don't know if that's the way it works. Do you have anything new for Tree of Geek this week? Because I don't.
I just want to see how long you'll keep going.
Okay, dude, I will talk this. You can sit here for the next hour. I will talk this entire podcast. I'm to that point right now.
So no, I do not have anything for the Tree of Geek, for New and Geek, simply because we are recording part 1 and part 2 in the same night. So if you want my New and Geek, you go listen to the last episode. They haven't changed.
Oh wait, this no, we talked about that. What about no?
All right. So next up on the agenda is Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Do you want to fill us in on that one? I figure we'll get right into it. Make this a quick 10-minute episode. 15.
Whoa. Now these movies. Okay. All right. We see where it's going to lie. Okay. Hopefully anybody's listening is a fan of these movies in at least some capacity, and they can appreciate to some capacity parts
opinions.
Of them. Well, we all have opinions. We were over this. Are we going back in time? For Huey Lewis right now?
Whoa.
Back in time. Yeah. Crystal Skull comes out in 2008. Chronological setting 1957. So not super far after the other ones, but a little bit, you know. Indy's a little bit older.
Around the Cold War.
Yeah, a little bit older. Budget of $185. That's a lot of $1 million.
Yes, it is.
Okay, we went from like, what was the last one? 438?
48.
48 was as high as we got. So they added a couple million to that. Worldwide box office return $786 million, which seems like a lot, but that's worldwide. I don't believe the domestic was really high, but $185 million compared to that, merchandising, I don't know how well it evened out.
But I mean, that's still pushing close to $1 billion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think there's some nostalgia that factored into a lot of people going out to see this one. IMDb rating 6.2 out of 10, which on my scale is
generous. Yeah,
it's all right. You know, it's all right. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 77, but the audience score 53.
Sorry, what was that?
53. So at this point, this is the worst rated by fans and critics movie by far, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But that's how the cookie crumbles. Do you want to give a synopsis of what really goes on in this movie? Or do you would love to. Okay, but you're going to do it with compassion. You're going to do it with a little bit of...
So it opens up with Indy and Max starting a dumpster fire. And that's how the whole movie goes. It's just one shot of this dumpster on fire.
Wow.
Wow. All right.
Wow.
So the movie opens up in Nevada, I believe it is, with, again, Indy and his friend Mac. Basically, they've been picked up by what we find out are Soviet soldiers breaking into a military base because they want Indy to find a specific artifact that he located on a previous adventure that is now housed in a giant warehouse of crates that we may or may not have seen at one time.
Do you think they knew the warehouse was full of crates? Like they're just random ass crates everywhere?
No.
And how did they, if he wouldn't have known about the magnetic thing, like how would he have found that damn thing?
He would not have.
Oh my goodness.
The movie would have been 8 hours of them opening crates.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, I might have been more interested in seeing what else is in that warehouse.
Well, you do see the Ark of the Covenant.
You do.
And they don't give a shit about it.
Nope. Well, I don't think anybody really noticed it, but...
Yeah. Well, anyway. So they're going through the crates.
Yep, so they're going through the crates. Yeah, like you just said, Indy remembers that it was highly magnetized, so he...
Like super highly magnetized, apparently.
So he starts using their gunpowder and...
Shotgun shells.
Shotgun BBs, and basically using it like a video game arrow floating in the sky, telling you what
he throws up in the air and it's like... Zoom.
Yeah. Which that's not really how magnetics work, but I mean, you know what? Okay.
It's a different universe.
Is it really?
Dude, is Indiana Jones an actual living professor person?
Do you think
does Henry Jones Jr. live in this universe?
Do you think the government would let us know if that was real?
You think they're feeding us fake movies? Like, listen, George, listen, Steve, I need you to make a movie to take them off the scent. In fact, make a couple of them. And in fact, wait 20 years and then come back and make another one.
Yeah,
okay.
I think what you just said makes perfect sense.
I mean, I know there's some people today that are on TV that say things that are completely 100% false. So, sure, I can believe it. Maybe it is this universe.
That's enough on that topic. Moving on.
300%. Moving on.
Yeah, so they find the artifact. You don't really know what it is. You just see like a decrepit hand sticking out of a bag, which, so I don't understand, is it's super magnetized, but they use a knife to open the crate
and to cut open the bag
immediately after the crowbars were like sticking to the box. But
what is nice is about the magnetic is when it goes, they just go and the magnetic goes away.
It's not that magnetized then. There's a ton of issues I have around that.
Well, Neil deGrasse Tyson wasn't there to help supervise
set up the night sky. Yeah,
he wasn't there to make sure they were.
So they get into a nice fight, as they do, after a car chase through the warehouse, which is apparently a really big warehouse. They end up on a rocket.
It's the same thing that was in that Wesley Snipes movie. There's a Wesley Snipes movie, some action one where he's on in our time, like in the late 90s. He's in the mid 90s. He's on like some super sled.
Well, so I assume
he ends up like flying up in the air and come back down or something.
See, I assume it's something like. Yeah, okay, it's basically a chair or a sled, on wheels on a track with a rocket on the back. I assume it's
just testing shit.
Some experiment to see how G's work on, like how they affect people. That's my assumption. But they end up really far away out in the middle of nowhere where it crashes into the water or whatever to make it stop. Indy gets away. Indy ends up in a little town. Well, the town is full of dummies. It turns out it's a new...
Hey, who you calling dummy?
Well, it turns out it's a nuclear testing site, and a bomb is dropping in like 5-10 seconds.
I like how he tries to jump into the fireplace for a second. He's like, oh, that won't work.
Yeah. So what does he do? He crawls into a refrigerator.
Hey, those Frigidaires are tough.
A refrigerator, sorry. My Pennsylvanian's coming out there.
No, fridge is not just here. I've lived in Arizona. I've been in Michigan. The fridge is everywhere.
Refrigerator?
Yeah, refrigerators everywhere. Right. Okay.
And because it's lead lined, apparently he's perfectly safe. He was able to hold the door shut while he flew.
This is a latch on. He doesn't have to.
100 miles.
Kids get trapped in there and die.
Then how did he reopen it?
Because it got knocked loose once it hit the ground.
Oh, okay.
For the 50th NASCAR flip.
Boom, boom, boom. And he walks away perfectly fine. No broken bones, no radiation.
He's a real man.
Yeah. And of course, what do you think's going to happen? Well,
It's going to be fun trying to defend
he
this
gets
movie.
picked up by the CIA because, I mean...
Because he might be a commie.
Yeah, because apparently the people he was associating with were associated with the Russians.
She's like, do you have any last words, Dr. Jones? And he's like, I like Ike.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so we go through all of that fun jazz, and then, yes, I know jazz isn't fun.
No, it's...
And then we cut to him as a really crappy teacher again. I mean, sorry, a really good professor again, who actually, to be fair, in this movie, seems like he actually cared a lot more about teaching.
Well, I think he was done adventuring
For the most
at this
part,
point.
yeah.
Like, I mean, he found the cup of Christ. Like, he's done. Like, I know it sounded like I said the cuck of Christ.
You did.
I mean, that dude was sitting in there for like 300 years. So I'm just saying, he could have been doing something else in his life. He's like, no, I'm just going to chill here on this bench and just wait. No TV. What did that dude do for 300 years in the Last Crusade? What did that knight do? And he's wearing the armor the entire time? Like, you don't got a tank top? Like, nothing? I don't know. And yeah, he does seem to be a better teacher this time. He doesn't crawl out the window. You are correct.
Until he gets fired.
Yeah, because he's reckless.
Well, not technically fired, but he's being put on leave.
Administrative leave.
Indefinitely because of his...
He might be a commie.
His possible ties to the Communist Party.
Yeah, he could be a commie.
Which he does not take well.
No. Well, then you get this really heartfelt moment, though, where he's looking at pictures of his dad, Marcus.
Yeah.
He has a new sidekick guy who doesn't come back in the next one, which I'm not sure why, but he doesn't. And he's like, man, first dad, then Marcus. So you found out, like, in a year span, both of them kicked the bucket. Yeah. Which is like, that's like your best friend, and your dad. Like,
you don't find anything out about his dad. I mean, I assume old age, but you find out that, well, like, I think Marcus was old age too, wasn't he?
Yeah, I don't think they don't give specifics.
Okay. I do know that there's a statue we see later dedicated to Marcus, which I thought was interesting. But yeah, so from there we move on. Long story short, go figure, he gets recruited by what you think is some type of government agency.
We're going to go NSA this time.
You think that's probably what it was?
Sure. Okay. Homeland Security before they existed.
Because there's some people looking for something that shouldn't be found.
Well, if it's probably the CIA. I think they're going to go CIA. I mean, because of the Hoover administration and then Ike Eisenhower and everything, that's around the time the commie, everybody's a red. It's got to be the CIA at this time. That's a lot of spy shit.
Well, I just know they're following him nonstop.
Yeah, that sounds like some CIA stuff.
And he has a run-in with this little, what do they call him, greaser, which obviously we later find out is his kid, Mutt.
Yeah, well, the greaser is just like looking for him. He's like, hey, man, I need to talk to you.
Yeah.
I'm getting these letters. They took my mom. They took my teacher.
Basically, yeah, he was told by his mother and his teacher that, hey, go find this man named Indiana Jones, that he can help. We find out later that this is Marion's son, or Mary, as he kept calling her, which I thought was funny that just that little difference is what made him not realize who it was.
He's like, yeah, her name's Mary. Do you know her? And he's like, I've known a couple Marys. He's like, what do you mean? That's what. And he's like, dude, calm down, kid.
No, he said something like there's been a lot of women or something like that.
He says he's known a lot of Marys.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, and he's like, what do you mean? Well, if you would have said Mary, and he would have been like, oh, shit, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He should maybe dug a little bit deeper.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
I do like how he takes like the beer and then Indiana takes the beer back and then he puts it back on the tray. Like everything this kid does, he tries to like, hey, stop doing that shit.
Or when they're in the little cafe or the diner and like the CIA or whoever they are coming for him, he's just like, punch that jock. He's like, what? Just punch him. And he starts this like little greaser jock war and they slip right out. Yeah, and we end up
in Mexico.
Was it Mexico?
Yeah, it's Mexico.
Okay.
Some weird grave robbers.
Yeah, where they do some weird grave robbing stuff.
Which we'll come back to definitely later.
These little tribesmen hiding in the wall.
No, we're not there yet. We're not the tribesmen in the wall yet.
Oh, no, they were in there too. Like they were.
I thought they were just in the shadows of that one because they just pop up.
Oh, maybe they
don't crumble out of the wall like the dudes do later.
No. Yeah, these guys, like, they were just, like, appearing out of, like, little alcoves and, like, shadows and, like, jumping down.
I thought for a second as we wanted, like, you ever will go golfing at, like, Ocean City where it's, like, the glow in the dark thing?
Yeah.
I thought that's what the scene reminded me of. They're just like glow in the dark grave robber dudes or grave protectors. I don't know.
I love it because
it was like Encanto, but Indiana Jones version. I know, it was
like,
weird.
The darts are poisoned. Yeah, and then he like blows it back in his throat, which wouldn't have actually stabbed him, but yeah, whatever.
Moving on. So yeah,
remember what they were trying to find there, though?
They were trying to find the place where they're just following the footsteps of not Abner, because it's not Abner in this one. Which like if Abner was Marion Ravenwood's dad in the one movie, why didn't they just make this dude Marion, like just make it his dad? Why not bring this whole other character in it? I just kept in my head thinking it was Marion's dad, and it wasn't. I think
it's because they said in the very first movie that her dad had passed. And at that point, at that point, it'd been like, what, 20-something years.
All right. Well, it's her uncle.
Yeah, so they were trying to find the crystal skull that was left there, or an item, I guess. They didn't really know
I think they were just following the path, because like he went here and there. I don't think they were looking for it. They just happened to find it.
And hey, go figure, they found it for the wrong people.
Yeah, because as soon as they come out of there, boom, the bad dudes are there. Yep. Like, oh, thanks for doing all the work for us.
Yeah, and then we get some fun scenes of them staring into the eyes and freaking out a little bit and this and that. And we get a little more info on the originators of the skull, but we get a lot more information much later.
Are they aliens? Are they not? We don't know yet at this point in the movie.
We end up meeting back up with Marion. We find Oz or Ox.
Harold Oxley. Harold Oxley. It's not Abner, it's Oxley.
William Hunt.
I thought it was, it's the dude that does the wands in Harry Potter. He has the wand shop.
Yeah.
It's William Hurt.
William Hurt. What did I say? Hunt.
Yeah, did you say William Hunt?
Yeah.
I thought maybe you were referring to a character in a movie.
No, William Hurt. He was the first one to ever have a chest burster burst out of him.
Oh, yeah. He's like, not again. Oh, that was Spaceballs.
That was Spaceballs.
Yeah. We didn't even mention, here's New and Geek for you. We didn't mention the last one. Josh texted me, and I said, I'll believe it when I see a trailer, but then it is all over. We are getting Spaceballs 2.
2027.
Spaceballs 2. Rick Moranis is coming back.
They said after like 20-something years in full-on retirement, he is coming back.
Bill Pullman and his son, the Sentry, Louis Pullman, is going to be in this movie.
Wow.
Is Daphne Zuniga going to show up? Joan Rivers is dead, right?
My question...
Or she's just a plastic...
My question, quick, then we'll get back to Crystal Skull, but this is definitely more interesting. Who are they going to get to play Barf? Or are they just going to play it off that Barf is dead?
I thought I heard something about like dogs have different years or something, so he aged faster.
I saw somebody online saying Jack Black, and I said absolutely not.
No, please no.
No, I would not. I like Jack Black, but I would not.
The whole movie's going to be gravitating towards him or something. Like I want somebody different.
But yeah, that'll be exciting.
Yeah. But then we find there's a quicksand scene, and we find out that not only did somebody flub a fake snake, that also that this is where we officially find out that Shia LaBeouf's character Mutt is the son of Indiana Jones.
They're sinking. She wants him to know before because she thinks they're gonna die, that Mutt real name is Henry.
He needs to go back to school.
His dad.
Yeah, you gotta go back to school now.
Which I thought was funny because he had just got done lecturing about how if he doesn't want to go to school, he doesn't want to go to school.
Yeah.
What's your son?
Like, what were you saying about school? And he goes, well, that's before I knew you were my son. I'm not your son. And then the whole new father-son dynamic again.
Yep. We get the whole scene. I did like the whole scene in the trucks when he's just like, well, he gets Mutt's knife. He like cuts himself out. And he's like, I'll be right back. He like goes up on top of the truck. And then you don't even see it. You just hear like smack, smack, kick, bam.
Piff, pang, boo.
Yeah. Like,
Marion just has this happy look on her face. Like, she's just kind of happy.
And we end up with a very long jungle car chase. Like 20 minutes.
Oh, it's a very long sequence.
It is.
It is.
Which some of it wasn't bad.
But some of it
was garbage.
That we're going to come back to. We're not talking about the negatives yet.
Does it involve CGI?
Yeah, we're going to come back to it.
That whole thing.
So there's ants. There's swinging through vines. There's like waterfalls.
Giant ants like this big.
We're not there yet. I mean, we're there, but we're moving on.
Okay.
We're moving on.
They do some more decrypting of their ancient texts. They end up with ants. They end up on waterfalls. They end up going in somebody's eye.
3 times it falls.
Yeah, they go into an eye socket, you could say.
Yeah, like I thought King Kong was going to pop up. He didn't.
That is true. I did think about that.
Yeah, they were not on that island.
Then we get little native dudes like.
What if the Crystal Skull was on Skull Island?
Whoa.
That would have made more sense, right?
That would have been pretty.
Indiana Jones versus King Kong.
Whoa.
I love the things online where like, what if Indiana Jones had the ring? Could he have taken it to Mordor? I'm like, yeah. But then again, I also think he got pretty seduced quickly by Mola Ram. So.
And by the Holy Grail. I can reach it, Dad. I can reach it.
Yeah, so maybe he wouldn't have had.
Yeah, he'd have been screwed.
Yeah.
Now.
He would just been trying to find a museum and realized they didn't
Short
exist.
round.
Now, give it to me. I'll take it.
Destroy it, Dr. Jones.
I tell you.
Yeah. So we end up in this like
I apologize. I'm not trying to be offensive.
Old Mayan Aztec ruins. These Mayans, Aztec, I don't know, natives like come.
We're gonna swing back to them.
They come out of like literally out of the wall.
Out of the walls, baby.
Like,
because that's where I spend my free time.
At first, I thought they were like undead or something, but we'll get back to it. Obviously not, because well, they become dead.
Then we shift some sand around.
We shift a lot of sand around. We do some cool stairway chase thing as they fall back into the wall. We get to a big amphitheater type room with these crystal skeletons all over the place.
Like, oh, we found it. And guess what? We found it for
aliens.
The Russians. We found it for the Russians.
Yeah, that too.
Like, oh, thanks for helping us get here so we didn't have to do all that hard work.
And you know what?
I appreciate it.
I was semi with the movie until now. When you discover it is full-blown aliens.
I was okay with it.
And like all the 13 of them, they merge into one actual alien, and like
I know you're Christian, and that's whatever.
That has nothing to do with it.
So you're okay with the Ark of the Covenant that can melt people's faces, and you're okay with the Cup of Christ that can heal gunshot wounds, and a knight that lives 300 years. But aliens is over the line.
I'm okay with a rock that looks like it's from the Fifth Element bringing flowers back to a
like a guy reaching in and taking out somebody's heart and they're still alive. But aliens, no. Too far.
It wasn't okay. In a different movie, it would have been perfectly fine. In Indiana Jones, it just didn't feel like it fit. To me, Indiana Jones is like archaeology.
Yeah, it's about finding previous civilizations that might exist and how we got advances what we are.
I mean, I guess to me it was like the Ark of the Covenant, the Holy Grail, things like that. There's very well documented facts that there, believe it or not, there really is that something of those lines actually did exist at one point, but they don't know whatever happened to it. Thoughts are the Knights Templar. Well, actually, a huge theory is that the Knights Templar buried it on Oak Island up in Nova Scotia, the Ark of the Covenant. Oh yeah, and that's what people have tried to do.
I can't. Oh,
I'm sorry to tell you this, but that's a real theory.
Oh my god.
But no, I don't know. Like it was just something with the aliens, like the whole temple was actually their spaceship, and it just, if it had been aliens, okay, sure, that's one thing. But the fact that by putting the skull there, it came back to life, like I just. And they even said, like, it lives in a different dimension, like a fourth dimension or whatever.
The space in between dimensions. The space in between the spaces.
I don't know. It didn't feel like an Indiana Jones to me.
I completely 100% disagree.
I know you do.
Disagree. But that's fine. You have your view. I got my view, whatever. I still think it's a fun movie. Give me some more negatives that you don't like about this movie. Because they escape after that. That's the end of the movie. We don't need to go through the chronological thing.
Oh, man. How much time do you have?
Well, I don't like the swinging scene. I'll jump in there. The swinging vine scene is the dumbest scene in the entire movie.
Probably the dumbest. One of the biggest turnoffs I had for me was the giant truck with gigantic razor blades that's cutting a perfect path through the forest for them to drive through. That just felt... I don't know.
I know if they had technology like that back in what was this?
The Cold War.
Late 50s, 60s?
Yeah.
Like Fern Gully? Oh.
Yeah. Waiting for a big smoke monster to come out. But no.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, it was actually. Avatar was a good remake of that.
Pocahontas and Fern Gully mashed together.
But no, the monkey scene. That and the quicksand with the snake.
The snake thing, the quicksand one, I was like, all right, this set isn't well put together. First off, it looked kind of like I don't know who's doing the set design on this one. Because the first three movies, the set designs are fucking amazing.
Oh my word, yeah.
And this one, I was like, this kind of looks a little hokey, but whatever. So there's the snake that's real, and I'm like, okay, whatever. It's, you know, but then when he throws him the snake to pull out, it is clearly they went to the Disney store. They found Kaa, the snake from the Jungle Book, and they used that stuffed animal to help pull him out.
Like, you can literally see the snake like stretch and get skinnier as he's pulling on it.
And so I'm watching the documentary about Harrison Ford and Indiana Jones, and that somebody says the reason that these movies work and the reason Harrison Ford loves it so much is he will show up to the costume shops and the prop department, and he will look through things, and he'll be picking up the whips and the knapsacks and whatever. And he wants to make sure everything looks authentic. That's what Harrison Ford does. I'm like, where was he on the day where they had the damn snake? Or where they built the like, he was on set for this. He wasn't like, guys, this looks like it could be in a museum. Like, it looked like a replica in a museum. Like, they were just trying to look, this is quicksand.
Almost like it was too clean.
Yeah, it looked fake as hell.
And I didn't like when he's like, I think I can touch the bottom. I can touch the bottom. You're not an idiot.
Yeah, the comedy in that scene did not work at all.
Just because you don't like snakes, you're not going to risk your life. Like,
yeah, look at when he fell into the snake pit in Raiders.
Yeah.
Do you tell me he got more terrified as he got older?
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, he was face to face with asp. Very dangerous.
Yeah. I like how, behind the scenes we can talk about that there, where they put plexiglass, but it looks like the snake is legit there in front of his face.
You can barely see a reflection, but then in the digital remakes later, they even said like they went in to carefully remove that without ruining the authenticity.
Well, I never noticed it as a kid, so I've only seen the digital ones now.
Me either. And the version I bought a digital copy on, I think it was Amazon or whatever, and obviously digital copies are going to be remade. You'll never notice it now. But like, oh, great movies.
The fridge. We'll go back to the fridge. Indy is not just getting out of that fridge. Okay. Like, oh my Lord. I know. Now listen, in this neighborhood over here have had to get a deep freeze that was made back in the 40s. Me and Jason Schmidt were down there and we're trying to pick this thing up there when I worked for Lowe's. I thought we were both going to die getting up the steps. This is like the heaviest thing I've ever picked up in my entire life. Now I have cast iron radiators here that I've helped move around and stuff and get out of here.
I helped you.
But that deep freeze. So I'm thinking that fridge is like pretty much the same dimensions, just standing up. The impact of you slamming around inside of that thing, the concussion protocol that you're gonna have to go, like, it's a little bit
neck concussion.
But I keep telling myself there's aliens in this movie, so you know.
And I understand they want the nuclear test town. I understand they want to get it realistic looking so they can see what happens. But why was there real food? Why was there no water in the house, but the sprinklers are running? Like, it was the most random thing. Like, they ran cable to the TVs.
I was curious, and I didn't do the research to find out how well they actually put those towns together that they messed with. I want to know why this one was it always this close to Area 51? Well, right down the street?
I think the little tweak is that we don't know how far he traveled on the little rocket sled.
Okay. Well,
but I don't know.
Feel for a nuclear blast. Of course, they were testing it. I don't know.
And when he's standing on the little hill and you see the mushroom cloud, like, dude, you're getting radiated right now. Like,
yeah, that little bath that they give him when they start calling him a commie, like there's a lot to overlook in it. And I think this is a fun movie. I enjoy watching this movie. But of all the movies I've watched, including the next one, which has a huge suspension of disbelief.
Not at all.
Okay, Marty. Mr. McFly, I get it. There's so much that you have to just go, whatever. Because if you start getting bogged down with the details of the logistics of this movie and the practical nature of this movie, you're just going to like go smash your head into a wall. But there's some good stuff. I like when he's on the motorcycle with Mutt. I like that scene when they're being chased away. I like Galadriel as the evil Russian lady. I liked her henchman, the dude that every time he wanted to punch the camera, looked at his fist.
Yeah.
I like that guy. I like his death scene. Even though the ants are, I wouldn't know those are worse than driver ants.
Dude, those suckers like took him down the whole. Like, it's not a horrible movie. It is entertaining. It didn't feel like an Indiana Jones movie to me. Like, it had the character, it had some of the adventure, but I just felt like it fell flat in too many places. It just didn't have that same magic that the first three did.
I agree that it doesn't have the same magic.
And for me, one of the biggest things that killed it was Mutt. I liked him in parts, but for some reason, I didn't like Shia LaBeouf in that part. I don't know. Maybe someone else would have made it feel different, but it just felt too... Like they were trying way too hard to be funny with Mutt and serious in other places that it just didn't flow to me. And then Aliens.
Yeah. Well, I think aliens are one of the least issues I have with this one. Well, see, and I do understand the aliens are a thing.
Is like that if you look at, because I mean, believe me, I've gone down many, many conspiracy rabbit holes, and I love history. There's a lot of crazy stuff out there pointing to, some people believe that there were extraterrestrials helping like the Egyptians and stuff like that. That's how they built the pyramids. That's why their heads, like they elongated their skulls to try and mimic their gods, so to speak. There's weirdly a lot, and I mean a lot of evidence to point towards something was happening that we don't know. We don't understand.
Call Graham Hancock. Let's get him on the show right now.
But what got me was when all 13 merged together into an alien, like a living, breathing. I think that's what killed it for me. Everything else
was weird.
All the other movies have had some type of supernatural aspect. By giving it a physical form, I think that's what made it shaky for me at best.
I see your point on that, but I'd rather have that than sword fighting.
On the Jeeps?
Yeah, I was like, did the Fast and Furious guys help make this movie?
Sorry, what? Who was in that scene?
Shia LaBeouf. But he wasn't really acting, he was just doing this.
Yeah, and this was right before he was
And the green screening was...
There was a few spots where it could have definitely had a little more love.
What kind of bugs me overall is the lack of screen quality in this movie, where I felt like I wanted more professionalism from Spielberg and some of the other people to... I don't know, it looked so digital all the time, and the CG, and I know that's been a gripe of a lot of people, and I agree with it. There's too much CGI in this movie, so
yeah.
But there's good stuff too. They bring back Marion, and Marion's great, and she's amazing and awesome. I like Marion. Oxley. I mean, William Hurt doesn't do a ton, but he's serviceable for what he does. He does the writing thing
the whole time. Which again, like, how did someone else not notice that and think, let's give him a piece of paper?
Because only Indiana Jones is smart enough to figure it out. Only him.
Continental shift, got it.
Yeah, continental drift. We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
I have pics about that as well.
Yeah, I know. I did too, and you didn't. I had these pics, and you didn't even watch the movie yet.
So, that is true.
Behind the scenes stuff, basically it's all CGI. There's your behind the scenes. A lot of it was CGI. Yeah.
It's like that classic picture of Star Wars, and it's like all these minis and paintings, and it was like Phantom Menace, and it's a green screen.
Yeah, I like Phantom Menace, but I get you.
But I just mean, like, there's something to be said for practical effects. Like,
I think the difference here, though, is if I watch this movie and go back to the first Indiana Jones, I'm like, oh, that first Indiana Jones was really well done, and it helps me appreciate the stuff because of this. When I watched Phantom Menace or Revenge of the Sith, I don't really care a lot for Attack of the Clones, but if I watch those and I go back to watch the original Star Wars, and people are going to hate me for this, that first one's rough to watch. I never rank A New Hope in my top 3 of the Star Wars. The story, it's original and it's different and original for the series. I mean, it's Joseph Campbell, but
the best Star Wars movie is Empire. That's what most people will say. Empire Strikes Back is the best.
That or Revenge of the Sith for me.
That is a good one.
I do like Return of the Jedi. It came out in my year, but going back, it's more of a kid's Ewok movie. So good Han Solo stuff in it.
Did you ever see the memes where it's like Care Bears on meth and it shows Ewoks?
Yeah, those damn Ewoks. I don't know how or what more to really say about this movie. I give it a 7 out of 10. It's a low 7 if it's, like 7.1, 0.2 or whatever. It's a low 7.
See, I got to give it a 6. But that's saying, I mean, I had no problem rewatching it for this.
I was still engaged in it. That's why I give it a 7 because
absolutely,
I wasn't on my phone watching it. I was actively engaged. It's not a movie
I'm going to go out of my way to watch. This is the third time I've seen it in my life, and that's
enough for you.
That's good. I'll probably watch it again one day when I'm watching them with my kids. But I'm good right now. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's not the one I choose to put on.
I could go home tonight and watch Last Crusade again and be happy. Like,
it's so much better. It's like a warm blanket. My blankie.
Oh, it's like a nice. Never mind.
All right. So next up, after Crystal Skull, we have, in chronological order, 1969, but it came out in good old 2023, not that many moons ago. We have Indiana Jones and
The Dial of Destiny.
The Dial of Destiny. The Dial of Destiny.
Trying to find it.
Did you find it?
No, I think I skipped over it. Hold on.
Do you want my notes?
Mine got a little out of order, so you have to...
Oh, I stapled mine.
There we go. All right.
I like how I didn't even have to look at my sheet for the negatives of Crystal Skull. I just already knew them.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, we didn't even get to... Who the hell was that tribe that came out of the walls? Who were they?
Literally came out of the woodwork.
So you got all these people coming out of the thing. And then a very small squad of Soviets that are left over of like 6 dudes. Maybe 10. I don't know. Just wipes them the fuck out.
Yeah. Because they have guns.
But the next movie, you see some prehistoric people. Well, not prehistoric, but you see some ancient people like, no, we got this. I don't know. Just got them wiped out. I'm like, yeah. So.
Yeah. So, all right. We got Dial of Destiny. Chronologically, like you said, 1969, the year of the moon landing.
It's Moon Day. It's Moon Day because they're coming back.
The opening sequence, however,
whoa! We didn't get to others. We get the info, bro.
I'm doing the info. The opening sequence is set in 1944, whereas the movie itself takes place in 69.
Okay, I stand corrected. Well, you were talking about Moon Day, like you were like getting into it. I was like, what about the budget and stuff?
Yeah, this one hurt a little bit. The budget for this movie was around $300 million.
Yeah, it was.
And worldwide box office was $383 million. So it did not do well.
No. Now, some people claim that it's post-COVID hangover, whatever. I think it's post-Crystal Skull hangover.
Yeah, I firmly believe that Crystal Skull had such a massive turnout, massive revenue because it'd been like 20 years, 30 years since the last movie. Like, people were excited. It didn't do well. Well, money-wise, yes, but review-wise, as you saw, the audience score was, what was it, like 60?
Yeah, it was
didn't do great. And I think that
56. Is it 56?
Maybe. That easily translated over to this movie that people they didn't want to go out and see it. They wanted to see how it did first. And because of that, it bombed.
And I think that has to do with a lot of what's going on today. I think a lot of people are waiting. There's a handful of movies where people are rushing to, but then other people, or there's a lot of other movies where people are like, well, I'll wait till the reviews hit online because I don't feel like spending $30 for me and my girlfriend to go see a movie that might suck.
Yeah. I mean, it made around around $80 million, but in the grand scheme of things, that is nothing, especially for worldwide.
No, worldwide's like you got to make more than that.
IMDb gave it a 6.5 out of 10, so it's 0.3 higher than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Rotten Tomato critic score was a 70%, but audiences did give it an 87. So when people did go see it, they said, hey, it's not bad, but I think the damage was already done at that point.
It's kind of like a Thunderbolt situation. A lot of people like it, but it's just not making money.
Exactly.
The money that they wanted to make. Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah. So what's this one about?
This one's about Archimedes. Some people show up in a telephone booth, two stupid guys, and they take him back in time to San Dimas to do their thesis. Oh, that's not.
Isn't that Bill and Ted or something?
Yeah, it's Bill and Ted. And there was Socrates, as they call him in the movie. Instead of Socrates, they call him Socrates.
You know, at least they didn't go back in time in a hot tub.
That first movie's funny. That second one's not very good. And it's the same for Bill and Ted. I'll say it right now. First movie, good. Second movie, oh, what the hell? And the third movie's just not good at all.
Is it that bad? Wow.
Oh, you didn't see the third one?
No.
I was so disappointed. Oh my gosh, so disappointed.
It'd be like if they came out with Dogma 2. Like, it's not going to compare.
No George Carlin?
It's not going to compare to the first one. Why bother? But
yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, we're talking about what happens in the Dial of Destiny. Indiana Jones, as you said, 1944, he's on a train. He's trying to... he ends up on a train. I don't remember exactly how he gets in a train. No, he's already captured, maybe by some Nazis. I don't know.
Yeah, he's captured. He's being hung.
Yeah, but luckily some Americans bombed some things. I think, well, it might be Americans. It might have been the French or somebody. I don't know.
No, we know
probably
them.
Well, we just lost a viewer.
British at best.
So he escapes that, but he needs to get on a train because he needs to get something that the one bad dude from the Harry Potter movies and he's the bad dude in every other movie has taken. And he's a good actor, though. Can't think of his name. What's it? You got it written down there? I don't have the cast on here. I usually put the cast in my notes, and I don't.
Antonio Banderas.
Puss in Boots? Puss in Boots is in this movie.
No, it is Thomas Kretschmann. Kretschmann?
That's not the actor's name.
Played Colonel Weber.
No, that's not who it is.
I don't know.
Who's the guy from Doctor Strange who played the bad guy?
Oh, you're talking about Voller?
Yeah.
That bro?
Yeah, the main bad guy.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen. Yeah, well, the other dude has played a lot of Nazis before, I think that you were talking about, in some weird horror movies. But he wants to get on the train. He's got to get something. Mads Mikkelsen's on there. The other bad dude's on there. They have a big train fight. Mads Mikkelsen and everybody bites it, except for Indy and that little short dude who played in Captain America 1 and 3, Toby something. Toby Jones. Hey, I got his first name right. He looks like a Toby, doesn't he? He looks like a little toe. A little stubby little toe.
I was thinking he looks like he should work in HR, but yeah.
Yeah. They get off the train. They jump into the water.
After a turret takes out the entire train.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then we flash forward to the future, to Moon Day, where Harrison Ford and Indiana Jones both are old as shit. And people playing rock music, and it's really loud, and he doesn't like it. And he lives in this little ass apartment. In the first movies, he has all these nice houses. In this movie, he's like in this little ass apartment in New York City. You find that he works there in a university there. But some nefarious people are about, and they're following this chick who's trying to talk to Indiana Jones. He finds out that this is a girl that he knew from way back in the day that's little Toby's daughter. And she starts talking about this adventure, and she needs to go find this dial. Indiana Jones is like, well, that got destroyed. We don't have it. He lies to her and says it got destroyed. But then he's like, he does tell the truth. And then they try to get that. You get the dude from the last Predator movie that wasn't very good.
Boyd Holbrook.
Boyd Holbrook, who's an amazing actor. He was also in Logan and Justified Primeval, which I wish he would have had more to do in this movie. I mean, he just doesn't have a lot to say.
All he did was shoot people.
And you get the Dutch giant from Reacher. He's in here too. The super tall guy. He's like 7'3" or something. That dude. He's just massive.
It's Olivier Richards. Hawk is who he played.
Oliver. Yeah.
No, it's Olivier.
Olivier.
E-I-E-R.
Like Ollivander. Oh, the last dude, William Hurt. He played Ollivander.
Sure,
right?
sure.
The one guy. Ollivander's one.
Yeah, but his name is spelled Olivier. Olivier. Or Olivier, or Oliver.
So the big dude, I guess we find out that Mads Mikkelsen is still alive, and he's got some dudes with him. They're nefarious, but they're also working with the CIA. The CIA is letting them do nefarious things. There's a whole chase thing where they're trying to get Indiana Jones and the one girl with the black hair.
Helena.
Yeah, they should have given her a better name. It's just not memorable. Helena?
Well, I mean, her dad's name was Toby.
We had the actor's name, but I don't know what he was in the movie. What's his name in the movie?
Toby.
His name's Toby in the movie, too? Oh, my God. No, it's not.
Basil.
Oh, jeez.
Come on.
This is like when you talk about horror movies and you can't remember anybody because they have like stupid names. Like Marion Ravenwood is a good name. Okay. Abner. It's all about Abner. Anyway, there's a whole chase scene through a parade. They're trying to get Indy and this girl, Helena. They can't seem to get them. So they need to really find the other half of the Dial of Destiny. That's what's going on here. That's the mission. They got to find the other half. They go on this globetrotting adventure to get it. All while Helena's trying to sell the half that they do have to her fiance, who is part of the mob in it's not Madrid, it's some other fancy city. Morocco.
Not fancy.
Yeah.
And no, it was at one of
Tangier. It's like Tangier though, right? Isn't that a fancy place to go?
Her fiance's
casino named after it.
But she was selling it like basically black market style.
Yeah. So even though she loves history and she's the son or the daughter of Toby, she's like, it's all about the money. Money. She's the Ferengi in this. Like, it's just all about the cats. Where's the gold latinum? That's what I want. I don't care about history. I just want this. I feel like Elsa had more heart.
Yeah.
Okay. But here we are. And then they try to bring in a substitute short round.
Yeah.
They end up on a boat with Antonio Banderas as they're trying to get away from the bad guys. But guess what? The bad guys find them.
What was his name?
The little short dude.
Teddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what kids in Morocco are named. Teddy. Sure. Yeah. I'm trying to digest because watching it, I don't get it until I'm actually going through it and saying it out loud. I'm like, oh my God.
It's a horrible
this is like what's going on, man. Watching it was completely different. So they get on a boat with Antonio Banderas. He's going to help them find something down deep in the ocean. Mm-hmm. They're really, really super loose on why they need to go places. Like the other movies, they're very definite. This happened at this time, and that's probably where it is. Mm-hmm. Here, they're kind of like, I don't remember why they even got on the boat. What are they finding in the ocean? This is my second watch. I couldn't remember why.
They believe that the other half of the dial might have been.
Oh, it's in a Roman ship that sunk, and they know right where that ship is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So they go down.
Yeah, and they come up. The bad dudes are there. Antonio Banderas and all his dudes get shot. They're dunsies. But they escape. Indy escapes with Teddy and Helena to go to the Ear of Demeter. I remember that part because you can Google Earth that one.
Nice.
Decently easy. They go in there. Yeah, it's like a real place.
Yeah, it's right by the Library of Alexandria.
Yeah, so they're deciding to just echo, see where the echoes don't echo.
No, where echoes the best.
Echo's the best. Lego my ego. But I mean, the bad guys are right on their heels. I mean, they're there.
Because why not?
Yeah. So they eventually get caught by the bad dudes. They put the dials together. They are going to like dress back up in their Nazi uniforms, and they're going to go back through time. Not to help Hitler, because again, Hitler was a fucking idiot.
Yeah, they're going to win the war.
Yeah, they're going to win the war. They don't need Hitler to win the war. Like, he was a dumbass. We're going to do it without him. Like, I like how this dude's a bad dude, but he's not that bad. But yet he's still going to try to take over the world.
Well, of course. Yeah.
I mean, and then we find out, like, way earlier that he helped build, not the atomic bomb, but he's helped build rockets for the U.S.
Yes.
That's why the CIA is giving him leeway, because he helped build a rocket. But he blows off the president. Like, he's like, you need to come to Washington and see the president right now. And he's like, yeah, fuck you. I'm not going there.
Well, so after World War II, a lot of scientists from the Nazi regime did actually get work with America.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think what they were trying to play off at was that because he changed his name, because they did say at one point he changed his name, that he was acting like he was just a nobody working with the government, and that he needed this item to help with government research, and that's why the CIA was helping. They didn't realize that it was for
going back in time.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it out loud, but yeah.
Yeah, so instead of getting aliens to help, they just use the dial itself to do it. And then they're about to go back in time. But as they're flying down their plane, that's the sound of a plane if you didn't know.
That's a good one.
Some stuff's rolling around. And Indy is like, you dumb son of a bitch. You forgot continental drift. Or rifts or change or something. And they're like, what are you talking about? No. He's like, you're going to the wrong spot. You're going to the wrong time. You didn't set the right course. We'll come back to that. We're going to come back to that. But they do go back in time to the Battle of Syracuse, not New York. He has to correct somebody there too.
Does.
Shocker people, a lot of the names here came from over there at some other time.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like we reused shit. You know what I mean? And the plane starts getting shot up by apparently these grappling hook arrows that the Romans had, or Trojans, or whoever the hell it was that was shooting them up there. Boyd Holbrook is trying to like blast some people with the gun on the ship, and it's not really doing much. But Archimedes and his buddies see it out the window, and they're like, oh shit, we need to go find out where this plane's going to go down. Finds Indiana Jones and finds Helena. Shows them the dial. They realize now the copy I was watching doesn't have subtitles, so I just had to ad-lib myself. But they find out that they could only go back to that time. So the continental drift didn't matter at all, but we'll come back to that. That they could only come back to that time. That's all the dial was meant for, is to come back in time for help. Mm-hmm. We just needed help. It's kind of like King Arthur and the Knights of Justice, where the wizard has to send voodoo magic through the future to get football players to come back and help King Arthur's court. It's kind of like the same thing.
Exactly the same. Yeah,
exactly the same. But Indy's gonna stay. He's like, nah, man, this is what I'm at. He's been like shot. I'm gonna stay. I don't give a shit. Helena's like, nah, you can't do that. She knocks him out. They wake up. He's back in his little apartment. Teddy shows up with Sala, who had previously been in the movie for 2 minutes. He's going to take all the kids out for ice cream because Marion shows up with groceries. He's like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm putting the groceries away, dumbass.
She's like, there wasn't a scrap of food in his house.
She's like, well, there's pain. He's like, there's pain everywhere. And she's like, where's the, and then they do the whole scene where it is the pain not hurt. And he starts kissing her elbow and they get romantic. And then they talk, you find out what happens to Mutt at some point in the movie too. He did. He went to Vietnam and died. Yeah,
he joined the war to piss off his dad.
And then died.
And then
which really pissed off his dad.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished. Mutt.
Dumbass.
Yeah. So that's what happens in that movie. The Dial of Destiny. So, question.
Just one?
All right, let's start at the beginning of the questions. A, how is Matt Mikkelsen alive and not completely disfigured after speeding on the top of a train into a pole and then smashing into the ground?
Yeah. So I genuinely was wondering that. I was trying to figure out how he wasn't disfigured, or at the very least,
I think he has like a little baby scar.
Missing half of his face.
Is it because he's from the Wizarding World?
Maybe.
And he's Grindelwald?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how he survived that.
Yeah. Secondly, so he's been around all this time. He didn't die. He's been planning this adventure forever.
Yeah, 20 years.
And he read about Continental Drift. But it doesn't matter about Continental Drift because you could only go back to one point in time no matter what you tried to do. So what the fuck was the point of the scene? Why was it in there?
Because they didn't think about it? Are they trying to say that there's different rifts in different locations that go to different points in time?
I think that's what they're like. He was trying to aim for a certain spot, but he's like, you're going to the wrong spot because of the Continental thing. But then the chick's like, well, he made it to where we could only come back here. Like, that's all the device was for, is to get you back here. So no matter what you have done, Were they altitude here, there, to the left, to the right, at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock? It wouldn't have mattered. You still would have showed up at the Battle of Syracuse no matter what. So I feel like in hindsight, you wasted some scenery.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, just a smidge. Fast and Loose movie. Well, let's get positives here. What's your favorite part of this movie? Favorite sequence?
Why do I have to start with my positives? Okay, so my favorite part is probably the entire beginning sequence. Like, the first 25, 30 minutes is an intro of.
It's a good indie movie right there. Yeah,
like it felt like the climax and ending of an old school Indiana Jones movie.
How did you feel about the
aging?
Yeah, I like it.
I thought
I don't think it's
aging
perfect.
Looked fine. My wife even pointed out it didn't sound like him, and I said, "Well, that's because it sounds like him now."
Well, he was actually on top of the train in the green screen and everything.
Right, but they didn't try and alter the voice to sound younger, and that was my own pet peeve there.
Well, the documentary I watched, somebody kept saying that his voice, towards the beginning of the movies, like Harrison always had a voice that seemed older than what he was. And by the time you get to these movies, he's finally grown into his voice. He always looked younger than what his voice was.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, all in all, I thought that whole beginning was a fun sequence, like finding out the spear was fake. That's not actually the point of the movie at all. Which if they would have named it...
Oh, that's with the Spear of Destiny?
Yeah, but if they'd have named it something different, that would have been an amazing red herring.
Wasn't there a movie? Is that a Tomb Raider movie or something? Is there a Spear of Destiny movie?
Probably.
Pretty sure there is. Probably. It's like a movie like this.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments. What movie is that? Because I know it exists.
What about you? Favorite parts? Favorite sequence?
Oh, well, it's definitely not the little car chase thing that they were on, the little scooter deals.
The half-hour chase in Morocco?
Yeah. And Tony Banderas was cool to show up, but he did.
Yeah.
What a waste there.
The eels.
The eels. What? Oh, my God. I guess I'm going to have to agree with you at the beginning.
Yeah.
The beginning is probably no, maybe not an action sequence, but I do actually enjoy old Indy dealing with the time, and that's kind of what it was. Indy just kind of dealing with a man out of time,
a changing world.
Yeah. I do like Boyd Holbrook just going around shooting people. I do, just capping everybody. He's like that in every movie. Just you're dead. See, he shoots people like he doesn't give a shit. He's a psycho in everything.
See, I thought he took away from the feel of an Indiana Jones movie because we've never seen that kind of just blatant
violence,
cold murder. Killing? Yeah, like
they always give you a chance to get away. He didn't. He just you're dead.
Yeah. Like everybody.
How do you feel about his new sidekick? Were you a fan or not a fan of Helena?
I couldn't stand Helena at all.
I like how you rolled your eyes and closed your eyes at the same time. I saw them.
I didn't like her at all.
I'm sure she's good in something, but I didn't care for her in this.
Okay, she double-crossed him. I figured, okay, maybe there's a reason. And then you very quickly find out, well, it's all about the money. I'm like, oh, give me a break. Like, that's the most cliche thing you could have possibly done. And we're going to get...
Even Bellico's on the pursuit of history.
Yeah, we're going to get into a few negatives here.
Okay. Yeah.
Why did she play him with the maps and like, oh, here's the river you guys jumped into. It must be down there. Let's go find it. When she knew that they still had it after the war.
I think maybe she was trying to get him with sympathy or something. Like
trying
maybe
to play him?
Maybe she thought, listen, I know you have it. You need to give it to me. He would have been like, fuck you. I don't have it. And just would have lied to her. I think she was just trying to get in his good graces. It does seem like a super long way around.
Yeah, it does.
You know,
I think he even said at one point, like, what was with the maps? But you never get an answer.
No.
Like, he gets framed for murder.
Yeah, because Boyd Holbrook is murdering everybody.
Retirement day for, like, what they say, 3 murders, which I remember 2. I don't know who the third one was.
Secretary, the teacher.
I thought it was like the dean.
Maybe the fucking cab driver in the alleyway, because they killed that dude too.
But then, at the end of the movie, they just return to New York. Everything's happy and peachy. Well, I'm putting groceries in the fridge. Like, dude,
I mean, after he just gets knocked out by one punch, how did they get back?
she drug him to the airplane. They flew through it real quick, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Because this kid who listens to pilots explain to him that he ain't Daryl. He's not a robot.
Yeah.
Like Daryl was, okay? Like, he just knows how to fly. Look, hey, I could watch YouTube videos all day on flying an airplane. I'm not sure I could go down here to the Reidsville Airport, jump in, and just start flicking switches. I would know how to fly a damn plane.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think that's how it works.
No.
It's not like a car. Like, there's a lot of things you got to deal with.
But it's okay. The pilot happened to be sleeping in the back seat.
And didn't know anything was happening until they were in the air.
Like, half hour into the air, yeah.
Yeah, so when I did my initial rankings, I'm pretty sure I had Crystal Skull after this at the bottom. I sent that to you. But after watching it, and I don't hate this movie. There's parts of it I do like, but I found myself a little more bored with this movie than Crystal Skull, or any of the other ones for that matter. I was like, okay. Now, this has only been my second watch. I think I watched it last year.
And Dial of Destiny was 2.5 hours long. The longest.
It is long. It does feel long.
See, I am slightly on the other side of that. Like, this felt more like an Indiana Jones movie to me. But I completely agree. There were definitely some drawn out sections that could have been expedited substantially.
Which movie do you like better, this or Crystal Skull?
This. I have to give it to this one. Don't get me wrong. It definitely has its issues. Like, holy crap. Like, how did they know to follow them up the side of the cliff inside of the cavern? And like, no one's found that in millennia, and yet
in 2 seconds, or
yeah,
whatever he says, and they just instantly find it.
Yeah, and then the other people walk in, and they're just like, oh, he went up there.
Yeah, what did they see? Some dirt rubbed.
What?
And the poor Dutch guy, the Dutch giant, he just gets handcuffed
to a grate underwater.
It was so rusted. I was like, this dude's got to, because I forgot that part. I was like, he breaks out of that and shows back up on the plane, right? Like,
no,
he just dies. Like, I feel like he could have broken through that. Of course, I just seen him in Reacher season 3, and he's monstrous and just rips through everything. So I just thought it was going to be that guy.
Fair,
but this was before he was on there. So
yeah.
So your rating out of this one, I give this one, I guess I'd give it a 7 too. But I mean, this is very close to Crystal Skull. What do you give it?
See, I would give this probably a 7. Yeah.
And you gave the other one a 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think the biggest redeeming factor of this was the beginning.
The beginning sequence is really good.
So well done. It set a good tone. But now, so my question to you is, do you think these last 2 movies struggled because of Harrison Ford's age?
No. I don't think he had any. I think if Harrison Ford wouldn't have been there, they would have completely tanked.
Indiana Jones is now a frail old man compared to that young, I can take a hit and keep on ticking. Now it's, my buddy's daughter just one-punched me and I'm out cold for...
I don't think...
He was short on blood.
Yeah, he was shot. No, I don't think that is the reason they bombed. I think the reason they bombed is because aliens and time travel, which are really far... again, you said the movie's artifacts. There's not really an artifact in Crystal Skull. There's not really... Yeah, there is supposedly a dial that looks absolutely nothing like this one, of course.
Yeah.
But...
Well, there's real crystal skulls, too.
Yeah, the Mitchell Hedgens and all these other ones.
13 of them, supposedly. And I guess under, even the most insane scientific scrutiny, they can't figure out how they were made. There's no tool marks, nothing, even microscopic.
Correct.
Which is incredible. But I don't think they're alien skulls.
What are they?
I don't know.
Mr. I have a theory. You don't got a theory on this?
Not a fan theory on this one, though.
Okay. You're like, because I'm not a fan, so I don't got a theory of it. What? Do you think they're all made out of vodka?
Maybe.
From water from Niagara Falls or something, Dan Aykroyd said. Something like that, something crazy.
Yeah, we bought a... what's it actually called?
It's crystal vodka.
Is that what it's actually called? I saw that and I'm just like, well, I have to get that as decoration. A little crystal skull.
I used to have one of these.
Maybe that's what was in the crystal skull, and that actually it wasn't staring into the eyes. They had a cut scene where they were drinking out of it and getting shit faced, and that's why they saw crazy stuff.
Absinthe.
Yep. That's
Clear.
That's why Ox was out of it for so long, because
that's moonshine, buddy.
That's what we were watching. Last night we watched the third Back to the Future with the kids, and the scene where Doc takes his shot and he downs it and then just passes out immediately. My kids are like, "What happened?" And I'm like,
"That was real alcohol."
I'm like, "Well,
you can explain to what alcohol is, right? Like, yeah.
But like, how do you explain to like that'll scare the crap out of a kid? Like, oh, if you
good, then they won't drink.
Well, and it was funny though because my wife, they were saying they're like, "Why is he at the restaurant, the bar?" After, the whole breakup, and my wife, she wasn't even thinking. She's like, well, because sometimes when people get upset, they go drinking. And I looked at her. She's like, you're right. I shouldn't have said it that way.
It's the truth.
I mean, it's not wrong.
It's true.
There's got to be a better way to word that. Oh.
So, Adam Sandler, where do you cast him in all these movies?
One role out of all 5? Or
yeah, reoccurring role.
A reoccurring role.
Reoccurring. Sala's in all of them, so... People do reoccur. Marion's in most of them.
He's not in Temple of Doom. Nobody's in Temple of Doom.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I mean, it's because before he met him.
Shut the fuck up.
It's a fucking prequel, bro. He met him in between that 6-month period.
I cannot agree to that. Oh.
Listen, I didn't make the movies.
I would have to make him... Man, there's so many roles he could fit into disturbingly well.
I think he'd be a good sidekick to have around. Just
I don't want to say Sala though, because I don't want to get rid of Sala. I could see him being
something similar,
like a Marcus, like that completely clueless, boss figure.
I'd like to see maybe a ridiculous villain that's like the villainous Marcus.
See, I've thought about that before. For some reason in my head,
he'd just be like, he's just really bad at it.
Well, in my head, I thought Marcus turned out to double cross Indy in Last Crusade for some reason. Wow. And then I'm watching it and I'm like
the guy that we didn't even mention in Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
Ray Winestone. I don't remember what his character's name was, but we didn't even. Mac. Oh, sure,
like
Mac.
A quadruple agent or some shit.
Yeah. Just like in Berlin.
Yeah.
He did the voice in that Beowulf cartoon CGI movie.
Oh, really?
And he plays Beowulf. Pretty sure, yeah. You ever see that?
No.
Yeah, I think Jolie does the voice of Beowulf, like the actual creature. It's actually pretty decent. Like, it was one of those early, we're going to make an entire movie out of CGI. It was the same time period as that video game that got turned into a movie with the spaceships and stuff you and John talked about.
Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
Okay, that movie flopped, by the way.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was like that same type of...
Angelina Jolie? Is that what you said with Beowulf?
Yeah, pretty sure she does the voice.
I vaguely remember...
It's actually good.
Okay.
I liked it. I like the fable and the whole mythology of Beowulf.
Speaking of animated, you just reminded me of a New and Geek. We both watched Predator, Killer of Killers.
I thought we talked about it on the last one.
Did we?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
We'll talk about it again. It's great. Go see it.
Great.
Watch it. I'm pretty sure we did talk about it on the last one.
So, okay. Overall.
All right.
You rewatched some of these recently, getting ready for this. Did your rankings change?
I'll tell you my rankings,
okay.
And they did change. First one, we'll go from the bottom. The bottom for me is this one. It is Archimedes. and his Archimedes in the Dial of Destiny, him and his beard. Then I'll go Crystal Skull. Then I'm going Temple. Then I'm going Raiders. Then I'm going Crusade. What do you got?
Same, but the last two are switched. Skull was on bottom, and then Dial of Destiny.
Okay.
Not bad. Not bad. This is a series I could definitely rewatch anytime. Right up there with Alien, Predator. Well, some of the Predators.
How do you feel if somebody other than John Williams would have scored this?
Like, it would not have had the same effect.
In the one documentary I watched, it showed a snippet of Harrison Ford goes out there and he's going to give like some achievement award to somebody. I think it's George Lucas, maybe one of his big, it was all honoring George Lucas. And he comes out in the music, dun 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 dun. He's like, that damn music follows me everywhere I go. I was getting a colonoscopy and it was playing in the doctor's office. Yeah, it's so iconic.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
You think that's more recognizable than Jaws and Jurassic Park?
Well, Jaws is just dun dun.
Yeah,
It's
but he
so
did them
simple.
all. But he did them all.
He did.
And they're all very recognizable themes.
I think Jaws is just that little tone is probably recognizable. But then if you talk like this in Jurassic Park and Star Wars, dun 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 dun. Dun.
Oh yeah, he did do Star Wars.
Yeah.
Jeez, wow, I forgot that one.
I mean, Star Wars is pretty big. But my favorite would probably be like the Crusade whole entire soundtrack. So
Okay.
I think dun 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 dun. I don't know. And I like in the documentary they talked about once they heard it for the first time, Spielberg's like every single marching band is going to play this forever.
Really?
And they do. Every high school marching band at some point will do the Raiders. They will. I mean, that's just inevitable. You hear the Halloween parade here in town when they come through. Dun, 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 dun. Like, you hear it all the time in all the high school bands. So I think it's the most iconic because it's the one that's most played. But that Star Wars one's pretty damn good, too. The Duel of the Fates.
Yeah.
Man, that's some good shit. All right. Let's talk about the imitators. Let's talk about the imitators here. Let's talk about the movies and TV shows that are similar, the legacy of the franchise. Okay. So I'm going to run through these. You're going to tell me, have you ever heard of them or seen them? And how do you feel about them if you have?
All right.
Romancing the Stone, Part 1 and Part 2.
No.
All right. They're more of a romantic novel movie. Maybe less adventurous than Indiana Jones. I didn't hate them though.
Okay.
I think they're actually decent. I don't know if Michael Douglas always, in my mind, is the tough guy that Harrison Ford is, but he's always so pissy and angry to me. The Goonies.
Of course.
Goonies, 1985. How do you feel about the Goonies? And do you feel that it drew inspiration from Indiana Jones?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think it was an attempt at Indiana Jones for kids. With kids.
Yeah. And produced by Spielberg.
Produced by Spielberg, and Short Round was in it.
Right.
So.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean.
Goonies is amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. One of my favorite movies of all time. I've never seen this. King Solomon's Mines from 1985.
No.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. The Mummy and The Mummy Returns and The Scorpion King and
wow.
And apparently we're getting another one next year.
Well, two out of 3 ain't bad. That Scorpion King.
Those last two are rough, man. They were rough.
Even The Mummy Returns was okay. The Scorpion King though was just bad.
Well, I like The Scorpion King on its own.
The CGI.
Yeah, when the first time you see The Rock as
that like video games were better at the time.
Yeah, I remember seeing it in the theaters going, ooh, hell.
Now, The Mummy with Brendan Fraser, the very first one.
Oh, I just rewatched it.
Fantastic.
For my horror movie watch.
Fantastic movie.
Yeah, it still holds up. It's
really?
still good. Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to rewatch
It's a lot more adventure than horror, but it has a lot of horror elements in it. I didn't like the very last Mummy they did with Jet Li. I thought it was boring.
I didn't bother.
But I'll probably rewatch it again. The movies that I've fallen asleep in so many times, Lara Croft Tomb Raiders.
And
I didn't watch the newest one, so.
I didn't watch the newest one either.
I'm pretty sure that bombed.
I think the first 2 movies were okay. I didn't watch any of the other. I think there was 3.
We got Tomb Raider in 2001, Cradle of Life in 2003, and then the remake in 2018.
So I saw the Angelina Jolie ones. They were okay. Same with the games. Not bad. The newer games.
I never played the games, so.
They remade the games.
So her
can't remember
her
exactly.
bosom isn't square, it's realistic?
Significantly more realistic. Like, she looks like an average Joe lean character. Like, she's a very simple person, and it's the first game.
Are they fun?
They're fantastic story and everything. And the first game follows her learning to kill like learning to survive. Like I burnt through the first game in like 2 days when it came out because it was just so addictive. Like it was just the story was so well written.
Without Indiana Jones, so far what I've mentioned, do you think that these games would exist or
No.
these? No,
Not at all.
What about National Treasure 1 and 2? Did you like those? I enjoy those movies.
I love those movies.
I think they're good movies.
Still waiting on my third one.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just thoroughly, there's something about those movies. It's less like there's no vine swinging, there's no Nazis to fight. It's just still puzzling mysteries to solve. They're talking about the Templars and the Freemasons and shit, and
it's a scavenger hunt.
Yeah, I like those movies.
I thoroughly enjoyed those movies. I think we might have still gotten something similar to it, but I don't know. Like, there's just something to be said about that adventure style that Indiana Jones just coined.
Yeah, I don't think we get almost any of these movies without it. 2005 Sahara. Did you ever watch that with Matthew McConaughey? And
when it came out.
Yeah, that's the only time I saw it.
I wasn't a huge fan. It was okay.
I'd like to revisit it one day and see if I appreciate it anymore. Adventures of Tintin I did not watch. I did watch the cartoon a little bit when I was a kid, but I wasn't really into it.
I didn't see any of it.
All right. How about Uncharted? I know you've seen that.
I've seen it and played the games. Very, very good.
Which is better, the games or
the games? The games. The movie was left severely lacking. Yeah. Tom Holland did a great job. Mark Wahlberg did a good job, but I don't know. Like
I heard it's like super far from the material. Though.
Yes. Yeah, it didn't hold a candle to the games, in my opinion.
Jungle Cruise with The Rock.
I didn't like it. I thought it was boring.
I didn't hate it. I thought it was almost paint by numbers.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't hate it. I just didn't like it.
Yeah, I thought the twist was interesting at the end that I wasn't expecting.
Well, I mean, maybe that's why. Maybe it felt too just formulatic. Like it was just.
Well, he had just done Jumanji and stuff. So I was like, oh, we're getting more.
Oh, okay.
This stuff. And The Lost City, which I have seen with Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum.
I saw part of it. I fell asleep.
Brad Pitt's in it too.
I fell asleep.
Really? Yeah. I like the movie. I think it was a charming movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought, I'm not going to throw all these TV shows. Have you seen The Librarian? I've always wanted to watch them and I never have. And
yes.
Are they fun to watch? I like Noah Wiley.
So
I just watched him in a movie and he's like super young too, like so young.
They just brought it back. I saw.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I just said they're doing another season. I guess totally new characters, I didn't watch it. I'm assuming same premise. But I
think when I'm done watching Doctor Who, I'm going to try to watch them.
The original, I think there was like 3 seasons. I want to say 3 seasons. Great adventures, great stories. Unfortunately, it did end on a cliffhanger. Which,
2004 movie trilogy, and then 2014 to 18, there was a TV series.
I never watched the movies. I only ever saw the TV series.
Yeah. So that's all the ones that I've ever actually seen, unless you've seen the Jackie Chan cartoon adventures I didn't watch, or Blood and Treasure, or any of those things.
No, but this has made me want to go back and watch the Adventures of Young Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I never took it.
I never watched them.
What's the dog on PBS that would always read books?
Clifford.
No, he looked like Spuds MacKenzie, the dog almost, a little white dog. Wishbone, he did an episode where he was like, they had the dog dressed up as Indiana Jones. It just popped in my head. I don't know if you ever saw that episode, but it was pretty cool.
I used to love Wishbone.
Yeah, Wishbone was awesome.
Little Jack Russell Terrier.
Yeah, man. I don't know. PBS is a cool thing. I don't know if we need it in our lives. Maybe it's
PBS. If you want to sponsor us, or maybe they need us to sponsor them.
I was my neck cracked there. Getting a little roided out. Because let's talk about, before we leave here, because we don't have a lot left here. How has Indiana Jones personally affected you? And do you think it's rightful and that it's cool that Indiana Jones has impacted the world the way it has, as far as people want to be archaeologists and people wanted to be, adventurous and things? But like, how has it affected you? Or has it not? Or is it just a movie to you? Some people, it's just a movie to some people. Like
it absolutely has. I mean, the first thing I can think of is like I remember we had Star Wars action figures, stuff like that. I vaguely remember an Indiana Jones action figure.
I never had one.
But I just remember, like, even with Star Wars toys, like you built these big adventures with them, and I mean, you're kids. The toys can be whoever you want them to be. You didn't always have to stay in the world that they came from. And I remember, having these big, crazy, grand adventures that in my head, like, I would play the music. Like,
has it helped? Do you think it was one of the gateway things that got you into geek culture?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's also one of the big catalysts that got me into writing when I was a kid. Because writing big adventures and stuff, like where anything is possible, look at those movies. Well, the first three.
No. I mean, if you can go from the Ark of the Covenant to aliens and time travel, like literally anything is possible to write about or dream about. You know?
I think it, for our generation, I think it forged a lot of young minds.
Do you think there will ever be another Indiana Jones type that's ever going to be put on a pedestal like this is? Do you think anything ever? I don't personally believe anything will ever replace it. But do you ever think like Rick O'Connell from The Mummy? Like that's kind of like a big thing to some people, and I think he's a close similar type figure. But like, is there ever going to be a franchise or a series that's ever going to get off the ground and be like this, or is this? This is so unique. I don't know if we're ever going to get this ever again.
I hate saying it, but I think there will come a time, it's going to be probably after Harrison Ford passes. I
don't think they want to do it when he's alive.
Give it 15, 20 years, and they're going to try and reboot it. I can almost guarantee it. You're going to see it come back.
It's going to crash, dude.
And they're going to try and, CGI the shit out of it. They might even try and remake the originals knowing, hey, they did really well. And I don't think it's going to have that same magic.
If they train your dragon Indiana Jones, I'm going to be pissed. I know what happens. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Or do them in order.
Yeah. Do them in order. There you go. Do it properly.
I'm afraid it's going to turn into like Alien, where you have these classic movies, and then many years later, hey, let's do a prequel with different people. It'll be fine. Let's not worry about technology being different. Like, then
somebody's like, no, what's they're going to make more of them. We're going to go back to what the technology was, and we're never going to really explain it other than that was the rich people.
Yeah. But my fear is that you're going to, hey, let's watch these in chronological order and have these gorgeous 80s. Like, it will ruin what it is. And once they're canon, they're canon.
Yeah.
Once
they're there.
I think this is one of those franchises that, so yeah, like all of them, like Alien 3 or Alien Resurrection or most of the Predators.
Alien 3 and Resurrection is kind of like Dial Destiny and Crystal Skull. They are.
You have your road bumps or potholes or whatever you want to call them.
Speed humps.
Sure. But there's a time where you just accept it as it was perfect the way it was, or it's not going to get better no matter what we do to it. Let's be happy with what we have.
I think a lot of it would also depend if they ever try to do anything like this in the future. You need to replicate a Harrison Ford charisma. You need somebody that's going to ad-lib lines like, about the mileage. Like, you have to have a guy.
Not Ryan Reynolds. As much as I love him.
No. Ryan Reynolds can't do everything, and Ryan Gosling can't do everything. We're going to need somebody fresh.
Nick Holt. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding.
I like that, the Emmerich, I don't know how to say his name. He did the Han Solo.
Oh, okay.
He was also in the Bones, when we did the Magic.
If they get him to also play a new Indiana Jones.
I think the guy's a great actor. I've seen him in a couple things, and I'm like, this dude is kind of like
we already know who it's going to be. It's going to be Pedro Pascal.
Oh, man. But he was going to play Dora's dad instead. Yeah, hey, well, I forgot. We got Dora, man. I'm pretty sure. Do you think Indiana Jones inspired Dora?
Oh, absolutely.
Because I know as a kid, when I watched these movies, I know I talked about this with Prince of Thieves, but I still with Indiana Jones wanted to go out into the woods and have Indiana Jones adventures too. I wanted to go find things. I wanted to. I've always had this want, and I know it'll never happen, but like I want to go find some ancient civilization that's never been found before. I love watching documentaries before bed that Emily just rolls her eyes at, and she does not like Indiana Jones movies either, by the way. I'm going to ask, and I did ask her one time, I was like, which one do you hate more, the Indiana Jones movies or Tom Cruise? And she hated Tom Cruise more. So Indy is still up a little bit for her. But I always want to just go find like some ancient civilizations. I watch these documentaries. Not really Ancient Aliens. I don't watch that, but like the stuff where they've recently in the last 10 years done the, what do you call it when you do like the x-rays for the ground? Like LIDAR. They go over LIDAR. They go over there and they get down in the ground. Like you're finding pyramids down in South America that just look like parts of a mountain, and they're finding all these things. Like I love the idea of stuff being before us and going on an adventure to finding those artifacts and finding those civilizations, finding who they were. Because I think our history helps define what we can do today. We have a choice to either repeat or make changes. But when you erase history, I think you're bound to just make the same mistakes. Oh, yeah. So I think history is super, super important, which is awesome that PBS has things out there like Nova to tell you about the universe in the past.
So on that note, look it up. There was, I want to say it was in Ireland or Scotland. There was a guy whose dog chased a rabbit and went down a hole.
Okay.
And he thought the dog was stuck because it didn't come back out. So he got down in there a little bit and he found that it kept going and opened up. So my understanding was he actually crawled down into it because he saw there was enough room he could turn around and come back out. And he actually followed it, and it was old, like kind of like a mini tunnel that opened up, and they found an entire underground city, like an old ancient civilization, long abandoned, obviously. But it was like a big cavernous city underneath his one farm field.
Let me see your pen.
You're gonna write down.
I'm gonna write dog, Ireland, hole.
Tunnel, yeah, like ancient. I don't know. But I remember reading about that years ago when I don't know if it was like a remake or not remake, like a repost thing on the news, or if it was when it happened. But just absolutely fascinating. Fascinating. Yeah, I love this type of stuff.
I wish I could pull off a fedora and a leather jacket.
Well, see, this is one reason don't get me wrong, I love where we live. But I wish that I, in another life, maybe lived in like Europe or Ireland, somewhere that has that rich history and rich culture going back thousands of years. I mean, the best.
Well, we have it here, but like a lot of stuff is like it's chained off. Most like you can't go anywhere.
Well, like most of what we have here is either within 200 years old of America being founded, or it's American Indian, Native American, or Native Indian. I don't remember the
indigenous
term anymore. And unfortunately, most of that's been demolished. Or, like you said, like out west, like some of the Pueblos and stuff, you're not allowed anywhere near them. You can just see
there's stuff in like Tennessee and Mississippi and some other places too.
But I mean, like around here.
Yeah, there's like big mounds. Like
all Indian territory. And now.
Oh,
it's long gone.
You can't even tell that they used to live here. Like
right.
It's.
Right.
Completely wiped out.
It's unfortunate.
It sucks. It really does.
Like, I mean, I understand progress, blah, 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 but like, there's something to be said for maintaining and preserving history.
I watched that movie From Hell today, and they come out of a bar. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, I was like, because this happened, it's about Jack the Ripper. It's about Whitechapel. Shout out to Whitechapel, the metal band. They're awesome. But they come out of this bar. I was like, I wonder if that bar actually exists or there's some fake bar. But it's a bar that actually exists. It's like a restaurant now. You can Google Earth it. People still go to this restaurant today. Like, I feel like overseas, they hold on to their history. They try to repair it. They try to make sure it's still there. Here, we're like, we'll just... What's that stupid song I hate so much? Tear down paradise and put up a parking lot.
Yeah.
It's just, you want to bulldoze everything for a skyscraper just to make it look pretty.
Capitalism types. Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks.
No, I completely agree. We could go
You don't
on.
need park rangers.
We could get on a big old soapbox and go on for a while, but
But that's our thoughts. Unless you have anything else on the Indiana Jones franchise. I know this one might not have been as fun as the previous episode, but I mean, you got to do justice. You got to go through all of them. I don't hate these movies. I don't think you hate these movies. We have a lot of issues with some of them.
Yeah.
But overall, would you recommend, hey, man, I don't know much about movies. I've been kind of sheltered. Can you recommend some adventurous movies for me to watch? Indiana Jones. Would you recommend
at the
it?
Beginning and just run through all 5.
Yeah, which beginning?
The beginning.
The only
Raiders.
beginning. The only beginning.
I don't care what chronological bullshit somebody said. Okay, look, they released in that order. There's nothing telling me that Temple Doom came before or after. So as far as I'm concerned, it is where it is.
Well said. Yeah.
Darn tootin'.
That's right, man. That's right.
All right, well.
All right, let's get out of here. We got a Patreon episode to do after this. Oh, my Lord, man.
Holy crap.
I'm going to fall asleep.
All right, well.
No, I'm not.
That's going to wrap it up then. If you like what you're hearing, please head on over to our socials on Instagram, Twitter, X, Facebook.
Tweet that X.
Whatever you want to call it. Yeah, drop us a line. We're more than active on there. We'll definitely get back to you. We'll reply. We'll have a full-on conversation.
If that's what you want.
An episode idea that you want to toss out to us, please do so. If you really like what you're hearing and you want to support our channel and help us keep making this type of content, go on over to patreon.com/treeofgeek for $5 a month. Less than your Crunchyroll subscription. Just saying.
Less than a Happy Meal.
Just saying. Some people know what I'm talking about.
Less than a pounder.
Mr. Crunchyroll.
Or is it the same as a pounder?
I don't know anymore. Yeah, for $5 a month, you can join our Patreon.
It's definitely less than a pack of cigarettes.
That's
true. For damn sure.
You will get a shout out every episode. You'll get access to behind the scenes photos, videos.
Any polls we might want to do.
That as well. Any type of like upcoming surveys that we need or input from the audience. You'll be the first place that we go. And you will also get access to Patreon exclusive content, videos, just short little crazy whatever we think of at the time.
It's raw, unfiltered, uncut, unedited. Yes. We just go for it. Whatever's in it's in it.
Yep, 20 to 30 minute max. So it's not going to take up a lot of your time, and I don't edit anything out. Whatever's in there is in there. So
yeah,
you're paying for it, so it's not my problem anymore.
Just go wild.
So, all right. So we are going to head out of here. So for the Tree of Geek, this is Josh saying take care and go watch Indiana Jones.
And my name's Michael, sometimes known as the H Train, and all I'd like to say is, chugga.
It's so creepy on camera.
Maybe that's why Emily hates it so much. I don't know.
All right. See you later, everybody.
My earsies.